And now, it's BoomerLife, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is BoomerLife on CL650.
Something tells me I'm into something good.
And welcome to BoomerLife on CL650. I'm Joanne Sutton. And for the next hour, we're going to focus on Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. With our aging population, the current demographics of this radio station, and this show specifically targeted to baby boomers, we need to talk about Alzheimer's disease and other dementias right now. The Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia is spearheading this drive and this conversation to help answer any questions that you might have about the disease and to help squash any stigmas or myths about Alzheimer's. We're all in this together. Remember, you're not alone on the journey if Alzheimer's disease or other dementias has touched your family. So I'm in the studio right now with Maria Howard, CEO of the Alzheimer's Society BC. And with her years of experience in the healthcare industry, she helps advocate for those of us in this province who need the help. So Maria, thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So Maria, last month on BoomerLife, we connected with the Alzheimer's Society and we talked about the very important role that people can play in building a dementia-friendly province by becoming advocates. So advocating both for themselves or others in their lives who are affected by dementia, but also advocating for real systemic change. We also heard from some of the amazing volunteers that were behind this year's Investors Group Walk for Alzheimer's, which was just a couple weeks ago, May 7th. The walk is a big deal. It's the Society's biggest fundraising event. So, Maria, how did the walk go this year?
It was a really great day. It was sunny, so that right there set it off on a good first foot. We had 22 different walks across the province, and it looks like our fundraising goal of over 800,000 is going to be met. So we're very excited about that. Many people came out, and even though it was right before the provincial election, we had a lot of MLAs and people in their communities attend. So we were just really excited. It's such a great time for people to come and raise awareness, raise funds, which are important, but really just have a community sense and be with each other and let people know that, you don't have to be alone in this journey of Alzheimer's.
I understand you actually took part in one of the events this year.
Yes, I try to move around every year, and so this year I got to go. I was in Victoria, and we saw a great crowd there. There was a few hundred, and we walked along the harbour. And again, just many people came out, and every walk has an honoree family, a family who lives in the community who has been touched by some type of dementia, and the Passmore family was the Victoria family, and it was just a great time to share their story and really bring people together and show leadership and courage. It was great.
Well, congratulations on
Thanks.
that. If you didn't participate this year, there's always next year, and we'll be here to remind you of that. So this month, we're going to be checking in on the state of dementia research in BC. Now, research, it's always a topic of intense interest, and it's always wonderful to hear from those who look into the causes and future treatments for the disease. So we're going to be starting off talking with Jim Mann. He is a member of the Society's leadership group for people living with dementia, and he has a long history of being involved with dementia research. Then after Jim, we'll be joined by two different researchers, two different doctors. First, Dr. Robin Shung from UBC, and then Dr. Stuart McDonald from the U of Victoria. We've spoken with Dr. Shung on the show before, and today he's going to be talking about the state of biomedical research, and it gives us a bit of an opportunity to talk about the Ralph Fisher and Alzheimer's Society of BC professorship in Alzheimer's disease research. It's something I don't know anything about, so it's going to be new for all of us here. And then Dr. McDonald is going to be speaking about the other stream of dementia research, which focuses on improving quality of life for people living with the disease. Being able to speak with researchers is always a tremendous opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what they both have to say, or all have to say. But before we begin, as always, I wanted to remind our listeners that there's a lot of information about the Alzheimer's Society of BC, as well as a wealth of resources available online on the website AlzhiemerBC.org. Maria, as CEO, maybe you'd like to start off the conversation today by telling our listeners a little bit more about the Alzheimer's Society BC and their vision.
Thanks, Joanne. I always, enjoy a moment to share about the society. The society, yes, our vision is a world without dementia. And until that day comes, we are really advocating for a dementia-friendly society, which is a place where people who either have dementia, some type of dementia like Alzheimer's, or they're touched by it, whether it's family or friends, can live in a place where they are safe, where they are included, where they feel acknowledged despite the challenges that they have. And the society works really hard in many different ways to promote that. We offer our programs and services. We do advocacy. We support research. But, the Alzheimer's Society of BC was created back in the early 1980s by a group of volunteers who came together and said, we need to do something to help families who are on this journey. And so the organization has grown over those years. We just had our 35th anniversary. We are a provincial organization, meaning that we have almost 100 employees in 15 different offices across this province, and everything our services focus on ensures that we are offering this to all British Columbians, whether that's in a rural or urban area. Our first link is our way to reach out to people who have been diagnosed with, dementia, which is Alzheimer's or any other type, to ensure that they can begin to connect with the necessary supports and education that they need. We have a dementia helpline, our First Link Dementia Helpline, which people can phone at any time during the week to just ask questions, get help, just really have a voice who can help them start to think what to do next. It's really important to be able to reach out to somebody.
And connect. It's also a toll-free number available throughout the province, right?
Absolutely. And I can give you that number now. We can do it again at the end of the show, but it's 1-800-936-6033. The Society also works very closely with healthcare professionals to train them, to help them understand how to care and work with families who are touched by dementia. So their care experience, whether in a long-term care home or home support respite, is that a better quality. And we also support research. Research is really essential, as you will hear from Dr. McDonald and Dr. Shung today. And the Society certainly fundraises, and we do have the professorship that Dr. Shung is. But the other really critical role about research, and I know Jim will touch upon that today, is that it's really critical to bring those who are living with the disease to the researchers and bring those two groups together so that they begin to both understand where is the best place to focus and how you can ensure that the experience that families are having, that care partners are having, and people living with the disease are supported through research, which is both biomedical and the quality, but also the researchers really understand where they should be putting their best efforts. I think there's lots of history or lots of examples in history where research has focused on a treatment or cause or a cure, but really at the end of the day, what has been sort of discovered hasn't helped advance the lives of people who are living with the disease, and that is really, what the focus is. So, the Society really wants to help people understand about what it is like to have dementia. So again, working with people like Jim really helps share that message and understanding that we are all going to be touched by this somehow. And that
it's not if, it's when.
It's when. Yes. And you know what? There's lots of people out there to help you. There's lots of ways. People don't have to do this alone. We are a charity, which means that we do depend on fundraising. I mean, we are almost a $10 million organization, but the majority of that money, almost 80% or more, actually is fundraised. And so, again, raising awareness, raising funds, helping people to make BC a dementia-friendly society is really what we are working hard for.
And at the core of the Society, I embrace the fact that you talk about before there's a cure, there's care. And I think it's a wonderful way of summing up both need for us to support people in our communities living with the disease and the importance of having both biomedical and quality of life research. So how does the Society actually enable research?
Research comes at, again, so many different levels, and the Society supports research in terms of fundraising and the Ralph Fisher Alzheimer's Society BC professorship that sits out at UBC. We have fundraised to endow that chair or that professorship, and Dr. Shung sits in that, and his research, which is primarily biomedical, does make a big difference in this province. He is a leading researcher, not just in BC, but in Canada and internationally. but also working again with families and ensuring that families who are experiencing the journey are bringing their thoughts and their experiences to their researchers. We want to ensure that our services like First Link are linked closely to researchers so that we can, again, bring people together to understand and have that dialogue. It's really important. It's very exciting that research is happening everywhere, and I think we all are doing our best to hopefully find that, that shining light that really starts to change things for people.
And we'll delve into the conversation of research a lot further into the show, but we're also going to talk a little bit about the Society's fundraising efforts, because you've just mentioned that a portion of fundraising does go to research.
Yes, the Society hosts a number of events during the year, and one of the events that's coming up very soon at the end of June 25th, is the Scotiabank Half Marathon 5K. It is a fun day where people come out and run either, again, a half marathon or 5Ks and fundraise for the Society and raise awareness. It's down in Stanley Park. It's a really great day in terms of many people coming out. Not everybody runs, but there's lots of people who come and cheer on or walk. And it's just an exciting day to, again, fundraise and also raise awareness for the Society.
I've actually got friends who are runners coming in from out of town to do that event. It's a great way to get involved. And let me mention again that if you have any questions or concerns about dementia, you can always call the Society's First Link Dementia Helpline. It's 1-800-936-6033, or visit the website, AlzhiemerBC.org. But if you're interested in information about the Scotiabank Half Marathon, there's a website for that as well. It's AlzheimerHalf.ca. You're listening to Boomer Life. I'm Joanne Sutton, speaking with Maria Howard, CEO of the Alzheimer's Society BC, and we've got a great show lined up for you today about some of the research that's being done to help those diagnosed and living with the disease. We've got more on that in a minute. Don't go away. This is CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.